sometimes I feel a little bit alone. I thought to myself, is it just us? Us laymen who are fibromyalgia sufferers? Or do people with money, celebrities, suffer with fibromyalgia as well? Well, yes, such as Lady Gaga. She suffers with fibromyalgia. And no, I did not know that Lady Gaga was a fibromyalgia sufferer, especially the way she moves about and all that. It seemed a little bit unlikely. But she is a fibromyalgia sufferer. So, what has she had to say? Well, like I said, judging by her energy on stage, you wouldn't assume that she was a fibromyalgia sufferer. But she has, well, a rheumatic condition. And her symptoms are quite often pain, fatigue, cognitive issues, which doesn't surprise me because she's a little nutty. There she is. But she also has sleep troubles, depression, anxiety. Symptoms that most fibromyalgia sufferers seem to suffer with, such as myself. Well, in a recent documentary, Lady Gaga, 5'2", it's tiny. The singer revealed she lives with chronic pain, and she later, she identified it on Twitter. Well, they call it X now, don't they? But she's got fibromyalgia. She told her fans that she's got this, which I think is good, because I think more celebrities need to come out with this instead of just hiding behind it. It makes no sense at all. Even Prince Charles, actually no, King Charles came forward with the fact that he's got cancer. You see, what it does is it gives hope to those who are suffering in silence. You don't feel quite so alone, you see. I think it's very important. But it's not just Lady Gaga. No. After she's talked about trying to create more awareness of the condition as a celebrity, Morgan Freeman also is a fibromyalgia sufferer. He's been suffering it for a few years now, ever since he had an accident. He had a trauma that triggered his fibromyalgia. Now, his left arm, as you can see in this picture, look at his hand. It's almost like he's got rigor mortis in it. It's like it's dead. But it's not. No. Well, I have to explain. So, Morgan Freeman, he's 80 years old now. Yeah, I think the first time I saw him as an actor was in Prince of Thieves. It was. And he often wears a compression glove on his left hand. I wouldn't be surprised that's some form of compression glove on there now, because his hand looks weird. But anyway, so he wears a compression glove on his left hand, which was paralysed back in 2008 after a car crash that nearly killed him. Now, the Academy Award-winning actor, he also told Esquire in 2012 that he experiences shooting pains following the accident, and it is fibromyalgia. He explained that after grabbing his left shoulder and wincing up and down the arm, that's where it gets so bad, and that's exactly where I get the majority of my fibromyalgia, is on my left arm, shoulder, right down my arm to the elbow, and sometimes into the forearm. It's just shooting pains, almost like toothache, but just nerve pain, isn't it, I suppose. Well, it says it's excruciating. But you see, he is the only male on my list of 5 here. Yes, I've got 5 celebrities for you, such as Mary McDonald. Okay, that's not any plans. But anyway, so best known for playing Erin Walton in the Homecoming and subsequent series, The Waltons. She was a child actor. She was, yeah. She's 56 now. Well, she's just a bit older now. I think she's about 58 now, I think it is. Anyway, she was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and lupus. Now, these two diseases, they do overlap, like it says here, but also thyroid resistance and rheumatoid arthritis. Now, I've got thyroid resistance. I've got hypothyroidism. If you think of thyroid resistance, a bit like insulin resistance. It's the receptors of the hormones are basically not receiving the hormone. Not as it should anyway. It's a bit problematic. Now, this chronic fatigue set in, and the rashes, she says, and the rashes across her nose and the bridge of her face, which you now know is like a lupus rash, and joint pain. The muscle stiffness eventually being diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and then collagen disorder like Sjogren's syndrome. Her hair fell out. It's obviously of an actress and what have you. How do you deal with that, you know? Anyway, it wouldn't worry me, obviously. You know? The former child actress turned activist. I don't know what she's an activist. I don't know if she's an environmental activist or what. I don't know. She said in an interview with Melissa Parker, of course, everybody kept saying, "You're just crazy." God, don't I know it. You're just depressed. Go to therapy. Blimey, the worst are family. They really are. My dear wife, she sees how I suffer sometimes. And the fact that I wake up in the middle of the night with pain going across the midriff just below the rib cage and all that. And in the sternum. And so she knows, she understands. She gets it. She's got her own health issues as well. But family who are not there and don't see it, such as your children, for instance, or grown-up children, well, sometimes I think they just think I'm putting it on, to be honest. How little do they know. So, she says it was only 10 years before she was diagnosed. And finally, got to a point where she was in so much pain that she couldn't even lift her daughter. It's not great, is it? No. And then we've got Janine Garofalo, and she's a comedian actress, and she's funny. She is. And that's kind of, she uses her humour and her comedy as a way of dealing with her fibromyalgia. And I love that because that's kind of me. I don't want to allow it to depress me because, for various reasons, one reason is the fact that fibromyalgia sufferers are high suicide victims. They just are. Sadly. So anyway, she's an actress and comedian. Janine Garofalo deals with her fibromyalgia by laughing at it. Good on her, I say. Now, in a stand-up, she's even talked about the time she was prescribed antidepressants for her fibromyalgia. I haven't done any good. Phenomenal. Been there, done that. They give me that. I took about 3 days. It made me feel so grotty. I've buggered this. I'm not doing this anymore. So I just stopped. It didn't help. It's rubbish. She said she had no idea I was chronically dissatisfied, she says. Yeah, she had quite a humour. Now, there's another individual who, for me, is an iconic character of my growing up. Someone I respected big time. I absolutely loved this woman. Amazing. Absolute amazing woman. And sadly, she did. Well, she's gone. It's the late Sinéad O'Connor. What an amazing, amazing voice. Irish singer she is. Such talent. Just wasted. She's very depressed. And I believe, remember right, I think her son committed suicide. I might be wrong, but I think that's what happened. And she just obviously went there further and further into the abyss. Till finally, she had enough. Now, she wrote a lot of songs for various artists as well. It wasn't just her own music. What a fantastic woman. Well, she changed her name to Magda Davitt. Or Davitt. It would be Davitt or Davitt. She stepped away from singing because of her fibromyalgia. She's like me. My vocal range is buggered. And it gets worse. If you use your voice a lot, and I do because I've got various YouTube channels, it kind of the fibromyalgia amplifies the problems with your voice. Now, fibromyalgia is not curable, but it's manageable, said Sinéad O'Connor. And she has a high pain threshold, or did. Oh, get tired now, sorry. Fatigue. And she says it helps. And it's so that helps. Yeah, the high pain threshold helps. But it's the tiredness, and she finds difficult to deal with. I get that, because I get tiredness, I get anxiety, those sort of the mental conditions, but she's not really in control of them. And I have to remove myself from. I have to put myself in a different environment, even though the environment I'm in isn't bad. I put myself somewhere else. Usually, I'll go and sit in the garden somewhere, look down the valley and watch the cows in the field next door or something, just to de-stress, sort of wind down a little bit, or do something that I really enjoy doing. Making something, or in the workshop. I don't know, just unwind. So it's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's not easy for people with fibromyalgia. It really isn't, and it's one of them conditions that is considered as one of those imaginary conditions. There's nothing imaginary about fibromyalgia. I'll tell you that. Promise you that. Just because you can't actually get a proper diagnosis, where you actually do a test and it says you've got fibromyalgia. No, can't do anything like that. It's just a matter of elimination. So it's quite frustrating, really. So she said she needs to keep a peaceful and a quiet life to manage her fibromyalgia, because the stressful jobs don't help. So we're not alone, are we? Celebrities also suffer with fibromyalgia. Do you know what? It makes me feel a little bit less alone, isolated. You tell me if have I missed anybody out? Because clearly there must be loads of more people suffering with fibromyalgia. Maybe you know a few. Please leave it in the comments. Celebrities, that is. In the comments down below. But these people I like, man. Toodaloo.